Welcome to our YouTube channel where we are preparing mathematics to help people that are writing their GCE exams as well as grade 9s, okay? Even those that are writing their school certificate exams, grade 12. This is the channel that you must keep in touch with. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that all the videos that you're uploading, you're able to watch them, all right? So now, in this lesson, I'm looking at variation, which is a grade 11 topic, according to the ZAMBIA syllabus. So, under variation, we're saying variation describes specific relationship between two or more variables, okay? And we've got about 4 types of variation in our syllabus, that direct, inverse, joint, as well as partial variation. So in this lesson, I'm going to look at direct variation. Then in the subsequent lessons, I'll also look at the other 3 variations that will be remaining. So, in a direct variation, when one variable increases, even the other does what? Increase. It's a direct relationship. There's a direct relationship. When one increases, the other one also does increase. So if it is in form of a curve, okay? If it is in form of a curve, take into consideration we are looking at direct variation. In form of a curve, you have something like this, okay? Now this is your y, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So what are we talking about? If we are looking at this one here, okay? We are looking at this one. Or maybe let me change. Here I can even say 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay? So, this is what we are looking at here. Now, for instance, if we, what can we say? We say this is price, okay? We say this is price, and then this is quantity. This is price, and then this is quantity. So, what we are saying here, if you've got a 10 kwacha, 10 kwacha can buy what? 10 kwacha can buy 1 kg, for instance. Just an example, 1 kg of maybe just for argument's sake, sugar. What happens? Also, 20 kwacha. How much can 20 kwacha buy? 20 kwacha will buy maybe 2 kg, just like that. So you've seen, there's a direct relationship here. Okay? More money is going to buy what? It is the same thing, even conversely. When it's reducing, even this one does reduce. Okay? They're increasing, both of them do increase. Reducing, both of them are reducing. So this is a direct relationship. So now, we are saying, if y varies with x, this is a symbol for variation. This one's a symbol for variation here. Okay? If y varies directly with x, this is the variation here. Then how do we write this in form of an equation? We're going to say y is equals to kx. This k is a constant. This k is a constant, okay, of the variation. The k is a constant of the variation. So when we are writing the equation for the variation, for the direct variation, the k should always be there. All right? So now, that is this part, which I'm trying to also create space. So this part has been explained here. This part has been explained here. So, if you are writing the equation for the direct variation, we are saying if y varies directly with what? X. The equation for this direct variation is k, there should be a k. K multiplied by y. K multiplied by x. Alright? So, this one is a constant here. This one is a constant. Okay, this is a constant. Okay, so now let's look at the example. Given that y varies directly with x, given that y varies directly with x, okay, and y is equal to 8 when x is equals to 6. Find the value of k, find y when x is equals to 3, find x when y is equal to 24. What are we supposed to do here? Alright? Y varies directly with x. This is the part that we have defined here. Okay? So, we need this equation. We need to work with this equation. We need to work with this equation here. Of course, if you want, you can just state this sentence that talks about the direct variation. But what we're going to work with is the equation. Okay? It is the equation. I hope you are following me. Y varies directly. It's a direct relationship or variation here. So what are we going to do now? We need to find the value of k, which is a constant. Now, read the question. The question has been stated as if y is equals to what? Y is equals to 8, the x is equals to what? 6. So meaning, where there is y, we're going to put what? 8. Where there is y, we're going to put what? 8. Then k, and then what do we have here? 6, which is k multiplied by 6. And I prefer we write 6 here, other than 6k. Okay? So, we need to find the value of k. What do? We need to, you know that we are supposed to multiply both sides by the multiplicative inverse of 6. In other words, we are saying you divide by 6, you also divide by 6 here. So, our k is going to be equal to 8 over 6, which reduces to 4 over 3. Okay? This is what is going to be our k. This is what is going to be our k here. I hope you are following me. That is what is going to be our k. Now, we need, after we have found the value of k, which is the constant for the variation, now we need to write the equation. The equation that we are going to work with. How do we write the equation? We get to go back to this part. Then where there is k now, since we have known the value of k, we write this fraction which we got. So we are going to say now, the equation that we are going to work with is 4 over 3 multiplied by, we have found the value of k. But then going to the subsequent questions, we are going to be using this equation to find the whether y or x, because now we have found the value of k, which is the constant. So as in the answer to the first question, which is k, the constant of the variation, this is what will be our answer. I hope we are together here. All right. So then we move to the next part. Take notes. This is the equation that we are using now here. So now the first question is saying find the value of y. Find the value of y when x is equals to what? 3. We want to find the value of y when x is equals to 3, which is b. Find the value of y when x is equals to 3. We want this y when this x is equals to 3. What are we doing? We're going to say y is equals to 4 over 3 multiplied by 3. Okay? We have replaced, where is x, we've put 3, because that is what the question is telling us. That is what the question is telling us. So after we have done that, then we simplify. You know that this 3 into 3 is 1. So we're going to have 4. So y is equals to 4 when x is equals to 3. We are done with that part. All right? Then let's come to the other one here. Find the value of what? X. Find x. This x now is what we want to find. Find x when y is equals to what? 24. Find the value of x when y is equals to 24. So we are using this same equation, where we have replaced the constant. So we are saying now, where we have y, we write 24. This is equals to 4 over 3x. We want to find the value of this x. So now there, it's no longer, we need, you see, mathematics has intertwined concepts. So at this point now, we need to have some knowledge of fractions. How do we solve a fraction of that nature? So we are going to look at the reciprocal, okay? We're going to look at the reciprocal of this one, because to get rid of this 4 over 3 from this side, we need to multiply it by 3 over 4. This is going to give us 1. So this is what I'm trying to say. We are going to multiply 4 over 3 should be multiplied by 3 over 4, which is the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse of this one, so that we get a 1 here and we remain with the x alone. And once we have done that, it means we'll get rid of this part. So in other words, it is also convincing to say that we multiply the multiplicative inverse of this one, because we know that when we multiply this one by its multiplicative inverse or reciprocal, it will give us 1. So we can maintain our x here, meaning we have multiplied this one by its multiplicative inverse, which we are also supposed to bring the other side here. So 24 also has to be multiplied by the opposite of this one. I mean, the multiplicative inverse of this one, which will be 3 over 4. Here, when we did that, these cancelled like I explained here. So this is what is going to give us x. 4 into 24. It is 6 times. And 6 has to be multiplied by 3. What do we get? 18. So x is equals to 18. X is equals to 18. So our k here, we got 4 over 3. Our y here, what did we get? 4. Our x here is 18. All right? That is these will be our answers for this question, and I expect you to do this. Thank you. So let's continue. Let's continue. Okay. Let's continue. So, we have the second question here. This question I got it from a past paper. I don't know whether it's, I think it's 2018. You can confirm. It could be 2018. You can confirm. So, what we are saying is we are given already the variable, I mean the corresponding values here. The corresponding values are given here. So please pay attention. The corresponding values are given here. The corresponding values are given. Two variables x and y have corresponding values as shown in the table below. This is the table. Now, given that y varies directly as this x squared plus 1, find the value of k, the equation, it was that equation, the equation that I mentioned, excuse me, then the values of a, okay? Given that y varies directly as what? X squared plus 1. This is the variation. So we need to write the equation now. The equation is going to be y varies directly as k. We need the k, the constant, plus 1. This is the equation. But of course, we are not saying the equation to answer this question. No. We need first to find the value of k. So now, to find the value of k, we can use one of these here. Because here we know the value of x, even here we have the value of y. The same thing, even here we have the value of x. So we can use either this pair or this one. So let's go for the first one. Our y is what? 20. Our k Then what is our x? Our x is 2 to the power 2 plus. Are we together? Then this is going to give us 20 is equals to k. What do we get here? This is 4. 2 times 2. 2 has to be multiplied by itself twice. So it's 2 times 2, then we have 5. So we have 20 and 5k. So then k is going to give us what? 4. So this is the value of k. This is the value of k. So meaning we have answered this question. The value of k. This is the value of k. Then write the equation connecting. The equation now is going to be this one. This is our A answer. The B, which is the equation, is going to be y is equals to this. We need to put it now. Where we have k, we need to bring this 4 now. 4. This is the equation connecting y and what? X. This is the equation that is connecting y and x. This is the equation that is connecting. So even if they had not asked us to write the equation, we just have to write the equation after we have found the value of what? K. And that is the equation that we are going to be using now to solve the questions that follow. So like in this case, we want to find the value of what? A. We want to find the value of what? A is here. Now, A is coming from the x coordinate. A is the x value. A is what? X value. So meaning, when when x is equals to A, y is equals to 104. When x is equals to A, y is what? 104. So we are going to use this equation now. We have y is equals to k a. Okay? So when this is equals to 104, k, this is a. Oh, sorry. What is this? This is our 4 here. Okay? This is our 4 plus 1. So we want to find the values of a. So we are solving for this a now. Okay? We are solving for this a. So the best that we are supposed to do now is at this point, we need first to see, can 4 go into this number? So that if 4, we divide 4 here and also we divide 4 here to get rid of this 4. 4 into 10, it's 2. Remainder, 4 into 10, it's what? 2. Remainder 2. 4 into 24, it's what? 6. Then this 10, and so now this side we have what? A squared plus 1. Are we together? After we have simplified this, this is what we are going to get. This is what we are going to get. So from this point, from this, now we need to solve for. This is going to be minus a squared. The additive inverse of this one plus 1 is a minus 1. So this gives us a squared is equals to 25. So now, to find a, we need to get the roots. The roots of what? 25. And that is going to be plus or minus what? 5. That is why here they said find the values of a. Because when you find the square root of any number, you're going to produce, you're going to get 2 values. Okay? Which is a positive or a negative. So sometimes, like in the exam, you're going to find 2 slots here. For A, there will be this and maybe or this. So here you just put -5, here +5, or +5 then -5. So this is what was expected of you to do. I hope we are following. Alright? So then we look at the other question, which is the last one. We look at the other question. So now, maybe it's also important to mention these things. This is what? This is the square of what? X. This one, it's the square of x. Then this one, it's the cube. This one is the cube of x. Then this one is the square root. This one is the cube root. This one is the cube root. This is the cube, square root, cube root. Okay? Fourth root, this one. Fourth root. Okay? Fourth root. We need to understand this, like in this case, we're talking about the cube root. So you need to understand. Cube root, square, cube, square root, all those things you need to understand them. So here we are told that y varies directly as the cube root of x. Y varies directly as the cube root of x. This is the cube root. The cube root of x. This is the equation that we're going to work with. So now what we need to do now is to find the value of k, which is the constant of the variation in this case. And we are told that y is equals to what? We use this first to y is equals to 4. Okay? What is then 8? Okay? So we go on for what is the cube root of 8? The number that you multiply itself 3 times in order to get 8. That's the cube root of 8. 2 times 2 times 2, we get 8. So the cube root of 8 is 2. So 2k. Okay? After that, what we do, we divide. So k is equals to 2. This part. Sometimes in the exam, maybe they will not ask you to find the value of k, but they'll ask you like find y when this and that. It is a must to find the value of k because we need to use it in the equation. We need to, like now in this case, after we have found this, the equation that we're going to be using will be y is equals to, where we have k here, what am I putting? 2. Then the cube root of x. Okay? This is a must find if it's not given. Even when it's not part, it hasn't been asked as one of the questions, but you need to find it. So now, after we have found the value of k, then we need now to find the value of y. The value of y when x is equals to what? 27. So remember, we are using this 2, the cube root of x. So find the value of y when x is equals to 27. 2 multiplied the cube root of 27 is what? 3. So y is equals to 6. Y is equals to 6 for the first one. Y is equals to 6. That's important there. Y is equals to 6. Then we come to the second one. Find the value of x. Find the value of x. Find the value of x. Find the value of x when y is equals to 8. Find the value of x when y is equals to 8. Okay? So this is 8. Then this is 2. Okay. So what are we supposed to do? Remember that this is like that. Okay? So now, what I'm going to do is that I'll write this one, I'll divide this side by 2. Also, I divide this side by 2 so that we have the cube root of x is equals to 4. Are we there? The cube root of 8 is equals to 4. So now you realize that at this point, you need the knowledge of indices. That is why we presented that topic earlier before this one, so that you do not have challenges. So at this point, you need to write 4 is equals to, you rewrite this as what? X. Okay? This is how we are going to solve, to write this part. This is how we are going to rewrite this one, because we are solving for x. So now, at this point, the next step is going to be, you know that to solve this kind of equation, we solved this kind of equations in what? In index notation. You need to multiply this one by its reciprocal. So 1 so that you get rid of the power. So which is 3 over 1. 3 over 1 is the same as 3. And the same thing should happen also this side. The same thing should happen the other side also. Okay? So when you multiply this one by its reciprocal, it gives you 1, x to the power 1, which is the same as x. And this one means 4 times 4 times 4. We get 60 what? 64. So the value of x here is what? 64. The value of x is 64. I hope you have gone through, you have gotten the concept here. Alright? This is what I felt you needed to know in this particular lesson under direct variation. So please, as per our tradition, I think I have got a question that I'm going to give you. You can write, you can look at this question. There, I'll give you some questions, maybe from the textbook, just to write. You can get these questions here and try them. This is a Progress Grade 11 book. Okay, it's very good for you. There is also this question from the past paper. I don't know which year this is. I think 2017. Do this one also, as well as the last one here. The last one, which is quest. Oh, not this one, not this one. I'm sorry. I mean this one. Do this one. Even that. So there you are finding those blanks. Okay. Thank you very much for watching.